started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wednesday of this week, the third week of League Play so far. Things are heating up here, and we're heating up in the booth as I've got your boy Jaegers. I think it's been a minute since we actually casted together, but how are you doing, Jaegers?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, I believe it. We may have casted the first match of not the first match of the season, maybe the first day. I don't know. Regardless, we're both in the booth and we're ready for this upcoming match.
Yeah, and speaking of the matchup, we do have Faded versus the Gladiators. Both of these teams right now didn't get the greatest start to the season, both sitting at 1-4, so equal records there. But there's still plenty of time. The season is still young, plenty of time to turn things around and get them going. But you have to make a move quick here. You don't want to let things go too far here.
Absolutely. It's definitely not too late, but it's about that time where you start having to have that fire under yourself. Start trying to make a run, get some dubs in the right direction and make a run for the playoffs. And if not the playoffs, the play-in tournament, all you have to do is make top 10 to at least have a shot at playoffs at the end of the season. And I mean, it's still an early season. Both teams plenty of chance to do just that.
Most definitely. Nothing set in stone quite yet. And this is an important matchup as well for both of these teams. If they want to try and make it into the playoffs, this is a division matchup between these two, looking to try and, overtake or at least get a little bit better record in their divisions. So looking at these rosters here, Jaegers, who do you expect to show up and try to make the difference in this matchup?
It's a tough one. There's a lot of players I not really familiar with yet. But I do know Eggster, and if I remember correctly, he was on Fade last season, and he was a highly touted player. And look for him to pop off in this one.
Absolutely. And one more question as we do things get underway here. Just got to get from you real quick, Jaegers, the master of predictions. Who do you see taking this one?
I see Faded 3-1, I think. It's maybe Gladiators get the first game, but I see Faded pulling it out.
Very well, very well. And something to note, actually, Faded is using a substitute here from the FA list. They're using Cream instead of... His name is Anime in the server. I couldn't actually find him on the roster, but, Cream is a pretty solid player. I think that's a pretty solid substitute to have as things get going here. Might make a little bit of an impact here in this matchup.
Absolutely. I mean, at 1370, he was on Flurry earlier this season. Didn't work out from there, but he's looking up to show that he still can play and still can pop off for this Faded team.
And early on, Faded is under quite a bit of pressure here. The Gladiators trying to break through, finding a little bit of success, but nothing that has capitulated into a goal yet. Some small ball in the corner as Shaggy trying to take this one, get the pass middle. The defenders both miss, but so does the attacker. Nothing coming to fruition quite yet, but Shaggy's not giving up quite yet, centering the ball perfectly. Kareem has to make a touch. He can't get it, and Ultra, will put it home. Now the Gladiators will take the first lead of the series.
Faded's defense just in shambles right now, and a nice little slot from Ultra put in the back of the net. And I mean, so far in this game, it's been all the Gladiators. 3 shots already on the board, and Faded just need to get out of their half.
And they'll get out of their half on kickoff. A little bit unconventional, but they will get a little bit of immediate pressure. But have to agree, so far the Gladiators keeping this ball in Faded's half. Faded hasn't gone it out really, other than that one slight play, but they might be able to have a chance here. Eggster gonna have a bit of a free ball. Gets the pre-flip, no boost to follow for the double though. Almost a solid play, but the resources were not quite there for him to capitalize as Vicious Oreo trying to take the play will get dunked. But Aegster sends it back through, and now a little bit of overcommit from the Gladiators as Aegster getting
Oh,
it through all the way. Almost gets a nice setup, but brilliantly cleared away from the defense, which is looking a little bit shaky on the other side of things now as Gladiators struggling a little bit in their half. Aegster deciding to leave that ball. Didn't want to mess up his teammate, but getting a slight touch there might have been the better play. Now the Gladiators almost have another opportunity.
oh,
Cream
and that's
coming
just on
through, and
target.
we can see the sub already making waves. A tie game here.
Cream just a long distance clear. Catches Speed Demon lacking on defense. Maybe shouldn't have committed so far up as a third man. And I mean, Faded gonna tie it up, making Gladiators pay.
A crucial touch there from Cream as he not only had to beat the defender, but that shot wasn't on target. There's a pretty good chance at least one of the Gladiators would have been back to deal with it as Cream coming through tries to get a second of the game. Won't quite be able to make it happen, but as we do have a tie game here now, both of these teams looking fairly balanced. Aegster going to try to change the story so far. Kareem coming through with a shot again. Won't be able to make it happen, but he will stay on this one. Trying to get off the
Oh,
ceiling. Gets another touch. Almost a midfield presence there, but won't quite make it into the net on the Gladiator side of things. And so far, Jaegers, like I said, it seems like a pretty even matchup. What do you think is going to be the point of break for either of these teams?
Merely, I think it's gonna be defense. Like both sides are putting shots on target, but I mean, it's a defense that really stands out for me for both these teams. Faded with 3 saves of their own. Gladiators just 1 save. Hasn't really been tested as of yet. Uh, but at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to defensive rotations and just who can keep the ball outside of their half.
Absolutely agree, and we've seen a couple close calls from either team, both making some overcommits that have almost really resulted in goals. Might be one here as Ultra trying to get to the middle. Bede not quite able to take the shot. A small moment of breath for Faded as Eggster looking for the pass across. Can't find Cream. Shaggy will break that one down and actually misses the ball, but gets a perfect fake. On the defense here, now more awkwardness. Speed trying to get center in center. It will, but Eggster clear to the play. And Eggster here actually is someone that I'm looking at, has made some crucial touches on offense and defense, barely keeping Faded alive in this game so far.
No, yeah, he was my standout player to begin the game, but right now it's really Cream for me with 370 points with a minute left, making plays on both sides of the field with a goal in his net and 2 saves on defense.
He has been showing up. He might be the substitute, but he looks like he's fitting in well so far. Just have to try and get that chemistry down as this ball will bounce midfield. No one challenging from Faded, trying to wait it out. That might have
That's
been the right
dangerous.
play as that one's going to go off the backboard. Vicious Oreo can't get the read. The shot follow-up will be blocked, and almost a dunk. Dangerous challenge there from Eggster. Gladiators working their way back into the other half. Now only a few seconds left. The center
Oh,
almost good. And Vicious Oreo there with the shot will get it over. It's almost in. Cream barely coming through, and he gets the credit for the goal, but that one was all Oreo.
that was a great doink by Oreo, getting it past the defense, and Cream, all he had to do was not miss the ball. And with 5 seconds left, Gladiators had all the pressure, but it looks like Faded are going to steal this one away from them.
And that was very much needed for the Faded roster. Now just dropping this to the side. When I saw Oreo cheating up there, he was so far up the pitch, I thought he was actually on defense for the Gladiators. But he managed to just barely beat out that defender, get the doink, and Faded take game one, albeit it was a very close race.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Gladiators, if they place a few of their shots better, they easily could have scored 3 or 4 goals. But Faded played really well on defense, was able to stop the Gladiator attack, and with 5 seconds left, they stole that game one away from them.
And like you said, the Gladiators absolutely won the game of pressure in this game, but the scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect that. Only 5 shots to 3 shots in favor of the Gladiators, but they had several opportunities. And I'm wondering here, Jaegers, what do the Gladiators need to do to just get that finishing touch or break through this Faded defense?
Well, Millie, I'm smiling right now because I hate the answer to that. You hate the answer to that, and the answer to that is more demos. opening up the defense, opening up the messing up their rotations, and leaving an empty net for them to shoot on. Like they're making saves, just take the defender out of the equation.
And it seems like a lot of the time that is the answer, even though we both do not enjoy getting demoed. Getting demos feels pretty good, and the gladiators might want to live up to their name and try to adopt that strategy, especially in prospect level matches. You know, the lower leagues, a lot of the times, if you can just get one demo, it's going to throw the entire defense for a loop and create some opportunities that might not have been possible before. But with that said, Oreo
Oh,
off the bat going to get the shot, and Shaggy, try as he might, can't get back. Now an early lead for Faded.
Oreo, who had the doink to win it last game, has a nice shot on target. Shaggy made it back in time, but just in an awkward position, not able to fully stop the momentum, and Faded gonna take the early 1-0 lead in game two.
That's a good sign for them heating up. Now they have scored 3 goals in succession since getting scored on in the first few minutes of game number 1. Almost another opportunity there, but that one will not come through as Ultra misses this ball off the backboard. Now a free touch for Oreo, but he can't get it anywhere near the net, unfortunately. So we'll go middle again, and Eggster there. Ultra barely able to get past, but get back he will. As the Gladiators trying to find this counter-attack, trying
Oh,
to find the same pressure from earlier, and Ultra was looking for the bump, trying to use your wisdom that you imparted on them. This time it won't work, but surely if they keep trying those plays, eventually they'll have to break through with that strategy.
absolutely. And I mean, look, they were going for it. Wasn't able to get the demo that time, but if you keep doing it, eventually you're gonna get it, and you're gonna get those necessary demos to put your team up. As Ultra's gonna take a shot on target, is going to get dunked away by Eggster, no, and Cream is going to steal that goal.
And Cream now a couple of goals to his name in this series that perhaps should not have been accredited to him. But Eggster with a nice beat there, and you know, you always got to secure the goal, even if it's already in the net. Cream padding his stats a little bit there, but that one definitely is all Eggster, and almost another one from Oreo. Couldn't get another kickoff goal, but now up 2-0. Things are looking up for Faded. They're trying to pull away even further in this series, but there's still plenty of time left here for the Gladiators. And you know, the demos, they've gone a little bit more aggressive, but you still feel like they can do a little bit more to try to work towards this win here.
You can always do better, especially on demos. Like, not necessarily the Rockerman strat where you just chase them, but make your rotations a little more aggressive. Go for demos, go for boost steal. But I mean, for that to happen, first you need to get on offense, and Faded doing really well to stay on the attack so far in this one.
That they have as they continue to mount this pressure. Now already 5 shots for Faded, tying what the Gladiators had in game 1, and only 1 shot for the Gladiators so far, who really looked like they were controlling the ball in their opponent's half during game 1. Faded has seemed to wake up, and it's up to the Gladiators to try and throw a wrench in that momentum. Here they come. They will get a nice pinch across field. Ultra trying to get a touch. It will go middle, but Eggster always seems to be ready for these middle plays. Always waiting and back. Gladiators going to have to do slightly better to try and break through. Now a slow ball. Ultra leaving for his teammate. Smart leave, his speed able to come through. Gets it past one. A little bit of awkwardness on defense, and Ultra should have an open net, but he accidentally gets the bounce shot. It won't be able to go through. Still a huge opportunity for the Gladiators. But Faded will break out of their half, and now, you know, the Gladiators are trying everything, but so far they just haven't been able to get these goals going.
Well, you know, merely they did well. They got the open net they needed, but unable to put a shot on target. And I mean, you know what they say, merely the hard shots to get are the ones that are open. And Gladiators gonna show the truth in that statement right here. Speed is going to put one in the back of the net off the defensive misplay. And Gladiators, a little bit more life into them in this one.
And with that said, Faded finally cracks Cream, not able to get a crucial touch off the backboard. That one will drop straight down for Speed, who avenges his teammate's earlier mistake by basically making the exact same shot, but putting it on target this time. And now the Gladiators will have life in this game too. They just have to try to get a little bit more Now a minute and 30 to work with. But there are holes in the Faded defense. Definitely plenty for them to work with. Cream trying to get this one through. Speed clearing it away, trying to get another clear. It was a good pass middle, but no one there ready from this Gladiators offense. They will be in a good position here, though, as no one in
Oh,
net. Cream not there. Can't get the touch, and Speed gets the second one of the game.
Speed gonna convert the nice pass from Shaggy. Cream just left on an island in this one. His teammates overcommitted, and Speed Demon gonna put that one in the back of the net, tying up this game, and getting the taking away the possibility of going down 2-0 in this series.
Guess still have to do a little bit more work as Cream coming through here once again. You said it yourself. He's been the difference so far. Kind of steals that ball from Eggster, but I'm sure he won't mind as Cream comes off the ceiling and gets that one through.
Cream with the calculated fall from the ceiling and catches the Gladiators defense sleeping. And as immediately as they tied up the game, the Gladiators are down in this one.
They almost have another opportunity here. The ball is lingering dangerously in the zone of Faded. Another shot able to come through. B trying to keep this pressure. Now Cream, he's had moments of weakness on the backboard, but he does well there to get the clear. They just have to hang on for less than a minute longer. And this one will be in the books, and they'll be well on their way to potentially sweeping the Gladiators. Oreo trying to secure it as he comes through with a double touch. Can't get it on target, though. And it seems like Faded adopting a little bit of the bump strategy themselves. Cream awkward here. He will get bumped off. Now an opportunity for Shaggy looking for the double touch, but it's saved away, and Eggster ice cold on defense as he has been this whole series. It's still dangerous, and Cream once again off the backboard can't get the read. Gladiators tie it up once again.
Speed Demon gonna put across a searching pass, and Cream not able to make that touch, and I believe that was Ultra going to make them pay with 18 seconds left, tying up this game. And barring a ridiculous goal, we could be seeing overtime merely.
We might be, but with how goals have been flying in the last half of this game, I wouldn't be surprised to see it end in regulation. Shaggy getting a beat off a missed touch. And now Oreo will have another opportunity. Zero boost, though. Can't make anything happen. Ball will be dangerous, but surely Faded will just put it down, and we will be heading into overtime here. A crucial swing game, especially for this Gladiators roster. You never want to go 2 down in the series. Who do you have winning this overtime here, Jaegers? Which way do you think the pendulum will swing?
Well, you want me to answer that now, or you want...
Okay, I was maybe
they're
gonna
about
wait
to
until
put the-
after the close call on the own goal.
I was about to say, I do think Faded is going to win this overtime as Eggster puts in the back of the net. I just have great timing, merely. What can I say? And Faded going to go up 2-0 in this one off the nice shot from Eggster. Eggster doing it all on offense and defense, putting in 600 points and a savior medal to boot.
And you called him out at the beginning before the season even began, even began, and he has showed up, especially in this game. Should probably have another goal to his name, but Cream will be happy to take that from him. And Cream has been doing exceptional himself as well, really making the difference in these plays. With that said, though, the Gladiators defense, it looks solid to start in the series, but has seemed to falter a little bit. What do you think that's due to here? Rotations or miscommunication? What's going on with them?
It, I think they have a sense of urgency under them, trying to get goals, and that leads to overcommitting. Speed Demon doing really well on offense, on defense, making plays for his team. But I mean, Ultra and Shaggy, I mean, and Speed, honestly, they do need to step up on defense. Each time they scored, Faded would put another one in the back of the net, and they just need to shore up on those counterattack goals. And I mean, I see them taking the next game merely. I'm calling it right now. I see them taking the next game.
I'd have to agree with how close each game so far has been. Only 1 goal difference. We know that it's more than doable for this Gladiators roster to take at least 1 game. A reverse sweep, a bit daunting, but as we all know, when you are in that position, you just have to take it 1 game at a time and try to minimize mistakes. We'll see what the Gladiators' game plan is going into game number 3 here, facing the possibility of getting swept. Will they rise to the challenge, or are they going to crumble underneath it? Surely Faded will be trying to make sure that the latter happens. Speed getting a nice touch here. A crucial bump. Ulta almost able to get a redirect, but not quite there. Another attempted redirect from the other side, but neither team's able to capitalize on it just yet. As Oreo coming through, Ultra able to get back. There was many layers of defense there. Didn't really look like Gladiators were in much danger, but once again, already in the first few seconds, things looking a little bit rough for the defense, making some missed
What a
touches. That one
pass.
will go center, though, and Speed is there to clean it up. You know, someone we haven't really talked about yet, but he's been making a difference, especially in Game 2, is Speed is really giving it his all here.
No, he really is. The lowest MMR player on the roster doesn't mean you aren't the carry Speed is showing. As I believe he has 4 goals in this series already, merely.
Does he really? I know he has at least a few goals and some assists as well to pad to that. But he has definitely been showing up today.
Oh, what a
Especially
demo!
when his team needs him. And Speed tried to get the demo, but the shot wasn't even on target. Unfortunately, won't amount to anything for the Gladiators as Oreo coming through here. A missed touch, but Speed on defense able to get that crucial play. Send the ball away. Ultra has to make another one. And still, even though the Gladiators are getting some goals here, the defense looks a bit shaky. You have to try to stay on offense, it seems. Cream gotta get this one through an open net. Cream can't quite make it. Eggster with the follow, can't get the touch either. He pre-jumped a bit prematurely, and the Gladiators still hold this Faded roster to 1 goal here. Or
Well,
0
you know,
goals,
merely,
excuse me.
merely, I mean, I believe that was Oreo. He popped off in game 1, did well in game 2. That maybe gained his head a little bit as he went for the pre-jump there. If he just waited just a second, he could have had the open net to shoot at. Instead electing to pre-jump, and you know what? I respect it. If it's there, you gotta go for it. But sometimes it's not always a play, and Faded really could have tied up the game there, and instead they're still down 1-0.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it reminds me of someone I know, but this time the pre-jump will not come through. To his credit, he was extremely close to getting the touch. Just didn't really, he pre-jumped confidently and then seemed to falter in confidence. And due to that, wasn't able to get the touch. Now Faded, still down 1 goal here, but they might have another opportunity. This one's dangerous. Good patience from Shaggy on the goal line to recognize there was no shooter. So I'll try to get this one out with 0 boost. He's getting it past everyone. That's not the greatest touch from Eggster. Maybe another opportunity. This ball's sent back towards the Faded net. And they're getting much more pressure so far this game. Not game 2 style as always. The shots are equal, but it seemed like Gladiators have had the better opportunities, capitalizing off of one of them already. They have to try to do even more. We've seen that this Faded roster can come back from goals like it's nothing. They did in game 1, and surely will be looking to do it again in game 3 here. As Speed, a little bit of a cutoff from his teammate there. You know, he's been putting in work, but maybe getting a little bit overconfident himself still. Do like that they're putting on the pressure on this Faded roster, and Faded, you know, for all their troubles, doesn't really seem to have an answer to it so far. What do you think is going wrong for them in this game 3?
Oh, I really think it's a thought of having the sweep in their hands. They're starting to get nervous. They're about to sweep a team on stream, and I mean, they want to get that sweep, and I think they're overthinking it right now. Merely, they just need to play their game and get a dub, as Eggster could have had the shot there, instead elected for the 50, and I believe it was Speed once again hitting it away.
They can't seem to break through this defense, but that's not to say there haven't been opportunities for them. With that said as well, there is an opportunity here. Shaggy, he's clutch on defense, just gets back in the nick of time. And Faded will remain scoreless now with a minute left. Speed almost getting a ridiculous redirect down into the net. Instead, it will be another counterattack opportunity for Faded here. Eggster trying to make something happen. Gets past one. Trying to get it past Shaggy, who does have plenty of boost to work with, but still gets 50'd in the corner. Awkwardness for the defense. Once again, a huge demo from Eggster, and this one could go through. Oreo can't get the shot, though. And another pass center as Cream is there for the shot. That one going to go on target. Shaggy, once again, making a defensive stand in this game. He does not want to let this ball go into the net. Doing a great job so far. Now 20 seconds left. Faded has to try and make something happen here. Cream getting it through. It's off the backboard. Just one shot to
Oh.
finish it. And Eggster finally coming through. And Faded will tie this game up.
Extra saving the day. Cream with the nasty dunk on the goal line. The ball was bouncing dangerously, and Eggster beats out the defense to put it in the back of the net. And with 14 seconds left in the game, we could be going to OT in this one.
We could be going to OT, but we
in
might
this
just
one.
be ending it in regulation. Eggster with a good chance. Oreo hesitated on the bump, and now it might actually be the Gladiators. Ultra had the shot, but he couldn't get on target. Ran out of boost and couldn't get the position. Now, one goal separates Gladiators from getting swept. Faded doing the sweeping. They have to tap into the energy they've had most of this game. Getting it center. Eggster will clear this one away. That ball heads back middle. Shaggy trying to make something happen, but there's no one back on defense, and Faded will break through. Cream ending the series just as he started it off the breakaway, and that'll do it. Faded get the sweep. Unlikely, but the Gladiators going home with nothing.
Absolutely. Just GG's by Faded. Was able to have pressure, keep pressure throughout the most of the games. Gladiators able to turn it around a little bit, but unable to put it in the back of the net. And Faded taking this one in a sweep manner, led by Cream, the free agent pickup. And if I'm Faded, I'm looking to maybe pick him up because he really popped off in this one.
Honestly, that was a really good performance, but you do have to give credit to the Gladiators, especially Speed with, using his name. He was getting a lot of beats, crucial touches to not only get goals, but passes. And Shaggy really put his all into defense in that game 3. You could tell he did not want to get swept. Made so many nice saves, but in the end, it just wasn't quite enough. And in the division matchup, now Faded will take the advantage, going 2-4, and 2-4. It's not that big of a difference, but that's a great feeling compared to 1-4.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no. I mean, Faded looking to turn their season around, and a good way to start that on stream, getting the 3-0 sweep. And merely maybe we should start keeping track of casters prediction records because I'm doing pretty good myself, if I do say.
We might have to have a bingo card or something for that. Unfortunately, the Gladiators weren't able to take a game, but still, once again, great performance from both teams. Thanks for coming on stream, giving it your all. We will be right back now that this matchup has ended. Not much more to say on that front, but we will be back with a Titan League matchup, actually. We get to see the Vanguard logo on stream at long last as Vanguard takes on Venganza. That should be another great matchup there. Two good Titan teams. Venganza, not the best on paper, but they've definitely got some spirit, and both of these teams will be looking to try and take their division games. But we'll be right back with that after a short break, maybe a little bit longer break than usual, as this was a quick series. But stay tuned, guys, and wait for the ping. We'll be back in just a bit.
See ya.
scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though. Give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. We can start again. We can start it.
Everything comes from nothing. Everything is something. So just let it all keep happening. Don't be mean to someone's end. It's all just beginning. Why can't we send an invitation to every end? All hands can clap, all hearts are beating equally. The pulse of the air we're breathing. If we can leave one more anything, we can leave it all of it. So play the music loud, form a bigger crowd. Don't let the lights go out. Don't be mean to someone's end. It's all just beginning. Why can't we send an invitation to every end? All hands can clap, all hearts are beating equally. The pulse of the air we're breathing. If we can leave one more anything, we can leave it all of it. So
Infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power. Infinite power.
infinite power.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Back to you. Back to
started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. That's right, we're back for our second match of the night. We're going all the way up to the tippy top, to the best of the best, to the Titan League. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to bring you some of this Titan League action. It is a pleasure of mine to be here, and I'm joined by a veteran in the booth, a veteran of the Nemesis League, one of my friends, Hydro. How you doing tonight, my buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. That intro was a little overzealous for you. I'm not quite a veteran, but I've been around, so I'm excited for
Season
this. Yeah, season 3. I guess
Season
that's
3.
OG. I
Like,
guess
you've
that's
been here
OG.
more seasons than
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to cast over this Titan League game, and it's going to be two really good teams with Venganza and Vanguard here. I know Venganza's coming in here with a 2-3 record, and the last time that they played Arrow was the semifinals of last year, and they lost to them. So a little beef going on here, Psycho.
Yeah, maybe. And Arrow's moved since last season. He's with Vanguard now. Last season he was with Reapers, but that's some very good information to know. Arrow having his teammate Zera. I saw a little controversy in Titan General about that. Some people were trying to say that Zera was draft dodging to get on Arrow's team, but speculation is speculation. It is what it is. Arrow and Zera are together, and a 4-1 record shows that they are pretty dangerous.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be a good game. I don't think the record for Venganza truly shows their potential. I think Bubs is top five mechanical player. I'm not going to say he's top five overall, but he's got the mechanics to really pop off. And Ladog, being the top of that MMR, I'm really looking toward him to lead the charge for this Venganza squad.
Yeah, and Ladog is not only a Nemesis OG, but a Venganza OG. He was a part of the Venganza championship win in season number 2. So he's returning to us. I believe he took a couple of seasons hiatus, if I remember correctly, but I'm happy to see him back. Happy to see him back with Venganza. And then Fishy is been with Venganza for several seasons. He's a great roundabout for the team. So Ladog, Bubs, and Fishy, is a deadly team. They have the ability to get it done, but will they be able to against a 4-1 Vanguard? And let me get from you, Hydra, as we got all the players in the lobby now. Before we get this thing started up, let me hear your caster prediction. Who do you think's taking it here tonight?
This is gonna surprise some people. I'm from Victory Arc, but I gotta go. I gotta go Vanguard in 5, man. I gotta go Vanguard in
Oh,
5.
wow. Okay. Pushing some drama here. Pushing some drama. I like it.
What about you,
Venganza.
Psycho? Who do you think?
I don't want to give a caster prediction. I want both of these teams to win. I want it to go to a game 5. And, unlike you, I do have a deep loyalty towards victory. So I'm going to have to go with Venganza in 5 here. I do trust in Arrow's ability to get it done, but I'm going to have to go with Venganza if I have to choose. We're going to get directly into this action, this best of 5 matchup in the Titan League between Venganza and the new Vanguard. As Fishy is just playing some defense, Bub's going to beat Arrow to the ball, put it down. Zera is there, but Ladog is as well. Going to get the save. The ball gets pinched out. Arrow taking his time off the sidewall, getting with the air dribble into Ladog. They get the 50, but going to go into the corner. Zera trying to bring it back. Fishy not going to allow that to happen. Pops it up for Bubs to send it back to Vanguard's defensive zone. Arrow taking it up his back wall, off of the ceiling, gets it past Ladog, gets it past Bubs and Fishy in the midfield. Zera is there, and he's going to find the back of the net. Vanguard going up by 1 with a little over 4 minutes left.
And we're gonna see Bubs kind of bump his third man there, bringing the ball all the way back to his half, and Zera's gonna pick it up from there and just put it in the net.
Quite a good play from Vanguard to take advantage of the misplay from Venganza there in the midfield. And Venganza looking to pick things right back up. They have not lost any confidence in their ability as they put on pretty good show of offense here. Ladog putting it back towards the net, but Magic Mike to get in front of it. Ladog putting it down for a teammate, finds Bubs in the midfield. Zera gonna get a touch in the defensive zone. Arrow to put it past one of Venganza's defenders. Zera up to Arrow looking for the cherry pick, but Ladog playing some good defense there, putting the ball down. Fishy gets in front of, I didn't see who that was from Vanguard, but one of the Vanguard people. Arrow's down. He's looking for another touch, but he can't get it through Ladog. Ladog, Hydro, is actually just doing amazing work in his defensive zone, in my opinion.
He is. He's really standing on his head in net. And I'm really off the bat. I'm seeing that this Vanguard rotation looks a lot smoother as a shot right off the post comes out from Ladog. Like I said, I think Ladog's going to be the guy to focus on for Venganza to lead the charge.
And he certainly seems to be so far. But Zera finding a great pass from Magic Mike and putting that in. Venganza unable to make the stop.
Magic Mike, man, that was just a dime piece to the cherry pick and Zera, and he's just going to put that one top left. Beautiful shot off a beautiful pass, and those are going to be what you're looking for in a Titan League game.
That is 100% true, and Venganza's got to find a way to counter that, as it seems to be a sort of weakness for them. Vanguard being able to score twice, essentially off of the same play. The ball is going to get popped up back into Vanguard's defensive zone. excuse me, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Arrow's gonna pop it up, get it past Bubs on the defensive line, and now Vanguard is up by 3.
The passing plays are just coming out, and Arrow just puts a snipe right under the crossbar. Bubs couldn't quite get to it, and that's a really good play, Psycho. It's getting beautiful out here.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I mean, it's well known in the Nemesis League that Arrow hits clips, Arrow hits shots that make people's jaw drop. He does it in twos, he does it in threes, it doesn't matter. He's just good at doing that. And as we've seen, as we just saw, he has the capability, but we've also seen Zara, who's new to the league, just really put some good work out there tonight so far.
Yeah, and Vanguard's going to have double the shots that Venganza has right now. It's going to be 6-3 in favor of Vanguard, and putting that pressure on, and they're keeping their pressure, rotating, stealing boosts, getting pods, and just making sure that Vanguard or Venganza can't get out of their own zone.
And Venganza not giving up, though, as they've been putting on a pretty good show of offense here. Lodog with the shot. Arrow to get in front of it. Fishy puts it back towards the backboard. But Zara is there for the defense. Fishy and Bubs with the miscommunication. The double comes out. Lodog going to take control. But Zara off the backboard puts it down. Fishy with the shot. Can't get it under Arrow. As Arrow plays great defense. And he looks like he's got a runaway. Yes, Arrow going to score the 4th goal for Vanguard.
I think that Arrow just going coast to coast, gonna get some good speed and get a good clear and just roll it in, man. It's not going to be good for Venganza if they keep letting up those counterattacks.
Not good at all with 1:14 left on the clock. Venganza down by 4. They got a lot of work to do to get out of the trenches here. It's seemingly almost impossible for them to take back game 1. However, we'd like to see them get at least a little bit, as Zara's going to score yet another goal. What placement for him and the pass plays.
And yeah, they're coming out. The pass plays are solid from Vanguard right now. And Fishy couldn't quite get to that. He almost hit it right off the post and out. But the pressure from Vanguard is just looking like unamountable, man. You can't match up against that pressure on defense right now, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. They're definitely putting on a lot of offense, and it's breaking down Venganza's defense. They're not able to keep it together, as we've seen. They've been scored on 5 times so far. Some of them from breakaways, from just pushing up too far, but some of them just from missed touches and what have you. But regardless, Vanguard completely controlling the narrative here in game 1. 30 seconds on the clock. Lodog trying to find a teammate in the mid, but finds Arrow instead, who sends it back down to Venganza's defensive zone. Bubs off of his backboard, can't stick to find a second touch. The ball gets sent out. Lodog trying to find a touch in the midfield, but not going to find it. Fishy pops it up. Lodog still there. A Magic Mike for the block. Fishy with the demo, trying to open up a lane for his team, but Arrow's going to take control. And the final seconds wind down, and this game pretty much belongs to Vanguard. Only need the ball to touch the floor here. And Hydro, this is not looking good for Venganza. I really, really hope that they're able to change something moving into game number 2.
Yeah, I think if they just, clean up the rotations a little bit, it looks like they're just getting caught overcommitted. And if they can start cleaning up those rotations and find those exiting pass plays like Vanguard is, I think they can start putting pressure on Vanguard's end. But, I just think that the rotations are the key right now. Get some demos, and when you're on their end, open up the field a little bit, take some pads, take some big boosts. And I think that they have a good chance to come back. I don't think that this one's going to tell too much of the story just yet.
Yeah, I'm sure every Venganza fan out there is hoping the same thing. But I mean, Vanguard, you got to give it to them. They held it down pretty well. Venganza only getting 7 shots on net, but they only were forced to save 5 of them. However, Vanguard, 12 shots on net. Venganza doing a really good job in their defensive zone. For the most part, obviously, the cracks came through as they got scored on 5 times, but they were still able to net, 7 saves. So they were doing good. They just couldn't quite hold out against Vanguard's offensive pressure.
Yeah, we're gonna see if Venganza can bounce back in this game too. As my Rocket League just crushed, but we're
Oh,
gonna push through it anyway. But yeah, I think we're gonna see Ladog and Bubs step up here to the plate, and hopefully they can bounce back and tie the series up. We want to see that game 5, right, Psycho?
definitely want to see the game 5. I think it would be a saucy game 5. But before that, we got to get through game number 2. And Venganza really needs a win here if they are going to expect to see a game 5. Not that the reverse sweep's not possible, but it's quite a lot harder, especially against this Vanguard roster. It seems to be almost unstoppable at this point. An arrow on his backboard. Bubs is there, though, keeping the pressure for Venganza. Ladog in the midfield, down to Zera. Zera putting it over, but it goes straight to Bubs. Bubs to Fishy. Zera with the booming clear. Magic Mike finds it, but Bubs is able to get in front of it, puts it into his corner. And then 2 players going to whiff the ball, faking each other out. Bubs might have a look on net, but Arrow gets up in front of him. The patient defensive play coming out from him. And he takes the ball from Fishy as well. He's there for the follow, but Ladog going to put a stop to that. Magic Mike not able to follow off of the bump. Zera getting bumped off the ball as well. Ladog to send it over. Magic Mike. We're starting to see the pressure build up from Vanguard here as the ball, though, does get cleared away. Just as I say that, I was expecting a little bit more from Vanguard, but Venganza seems to be doing a little bit better in their own defensive zone, able to get out a little bit better than they were in game number 1. And Hydra, are you still... Oh, never mind. Arrow going to find that double touch off the backboard and start things off for Vanguard. Now they're up by 1. But Hydra, are you still... yeah, you're still not in the
I'm
game
still
yet?
struggling.
It's all good, my man. It's all good, my man. It was a great... I unfortunately didn't see any mistakes that the defensive players might have made there, but definitely a good play from Arrow, able to get it past the defender and get a very nice double touch off of the backboard. And Bubs gonna immediately clap back for Venganza. Venganza getting their first goal of the series and tying up game number 2. Almost Magic Mike. Almost made that save, but Bubs with the dunk is going to put it past him. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left, and we are at a tied goal line here. Hydro, what's the status, my boy? I don't think... Oh,
It keeps crashing on me when I try to join, so I'm gonna try Epic.
all right. Well, 3 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock now as Arrow's going to put one high off the backboard of Venganza. Fishy there. Zera putting it all the way back into his own corner. Magic Mike missing his touch out of the corner. Ladog gonna put it up to Fishy. Fishy gonna find the touch and put it past the defender. And a great pass play coming out from Venganza right there. Zera just a little bit awkward in the net, not able to make the stop as Fishy finds a great redirect. Slots it perfectly. And now, just like that, Venganza are in the lead 2-1 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Excuse me. Almost Magic Mike sends it down, but Bubs is there. Bubs coming out of the corner. Bubs gets a carry past Arrow in the midfield. Bubs to stick with it, tries to get the fake on Zera, but Zera going to take it away from him to almost Magic Mike to, oh my goodness, back to Zera, and almost a 3-point or 4-point pass play coming out from Vanguard right there, but Venganza playing really smart, really good defense, able to break that pass play up. Arrow sends that one all the way back to the midfield. Fishy to send it back into Vanguard zone. Bubs in the midfield, pops it up, but he has to leave it as Zera is going to beat him to it. Zera down to Fishy, makes the intercept. Fishy with the 50 to get it through. Fishy coming out of the corner with the pinch, but Arrow with the clear immediately off. Magic Mike trying to get it through the defender. The ball gets pinched out to the side. 1 minute 50 seconds left on the clock. And I don't mean to keep bringing you up, Hydra, but what's going on with you?
We are finally back. Epic finally made it happen. Anyway,
There we go. And
Fishy is
another
gonna...
Go ahead, go
gonna
ahead.
put it in.
Holy moly. Yeah, we were too excited from everything that went on. A great read from Ladog there, getting it over to his teammate, and Fishy yet again going to put it past the defender. Venganza starting to find their groove here, Hydro.
Like I said, man, those defensive rotations are starting to look solid, and you know they're really putting it to Vanguard right now. And right now, Vanguard, you got to wonder, you know, how do we deal with this new Venganza team we saw after game one?
Yeah, I would like to know what's going on in their comms. That's very true. Maybe they're just not taking the second game as seriously. Maybe we'll see them in game number 3. Come back like they were in game number 1, but with a much more confident Venganza, we may have a very, very interesting series on our hands. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves, as there's still 60 seconds left on the clock, and we know this Vanguard team is able to convert plays quickly. They only need 2 goals, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities that they're able to make that happen. Venganza just needing to play smart, just needing to waste the time here, keep control of the ball, and keep it away from Vanguard. Zara trying to get it through, but Bubs going to send that one down with a little over 30 seconds left. Fishy to Bubs, but Bubs can't find the redirect in. His shot going to go wide. Ladog in the midfield to Zara. Fishy gonna take it away from him. Fishy trying to follow, but Arrow gets it around him. Bubs puts it up. Magic Mike with the follow. Ladog. I couldn't tell if Zara hit that or not, but Ladog was there for the touch, and Venganza gonna get their 4th goal.
Yeah, and it looks like Ladog's actually going to put a pass right on the hood of Zara. And a little unfortunate for Zara. I mean, he's just trying to save that ball, and it just ends up going off his own hood. But you know, like I said, man, this is a new Vanguard squad we've seen since that game 1, almost a reverse status of last game. So it looks like we're gonna have a series on our hands.
I think so. And you hit the nail on the head there. Almost a complete role reversal. Vanguard going 5-0 in game number 1. Venganza 4-1 in game number 2. So not quite as dominating, but they still did a really good job. Really good bounce back from them from game number 1. Sometimes taking those hard losses in game number 1 demoralizes you for the rest of your series. So it's good to see that Venganza has got some good mental and they're able to pick up their pieces. But what do you think, Mr. Vanguard predictor over there? What do you think's going on with them? What do they need to do moving into game number 3?
I mean, based on the shot totals, it looks like they couldn't get out of their end. So, I mean, 9-2, man, that's pretty impressive. I mean, you're holding Arrow and Zara to 2 shots total. That's crazy. I mean, it looks like I think they need to just get back to their roots, and like you said earlier, I think it could be just the comms. So it'll be interesting how they bounce back after this game. You know, I mean, Venganza did it to them, so it's going to be exciting, Psycho.
Yeah, and that is pretty interesting that Vanguard was held to only 2 shots. Kind of flips the script a little bit in my head, because even though Venganza lost, 5-0 in game number 1, they were still able to generate a lot of offense, pulling off like 7 or 8 shots during that game. So to see Venganza, 1, get a lot more goals than Vanguard, and 2, hold Vanguard to just 2 shots, that's got to be. Hopefully Vanguard is taking Venganza seriously here. Hopefully they're giving them the respect that they deserve. And I think you're right, Hydro. I think that we have a whole series on our hands.
Right, and like you said, I mean, Venganza is no team to sleep on. Bubs on the dog, even Fishy. That's a solid squad right there, and it's gonna be you're gonna have to take them seriously the whole series, or it can get out of hand pretty quick.
And we'll see which team is able to take this pivotal game number 3 here. Oh, Fishy with a good play, solo play right there, catches the defender's ball and then gets the flick.
And Fishy gonna dice them up in their zone right in front of net, and just flick it right over Zara. Man, that's a good display of mechanics right there, to be able to get that 50, catch the ball, and then flick it over the last defender.
Pretty good. Fishy is known for coming in clutch. Zara with the shot, Arrow passing down from the ceiling, and the pass plays are too good for Vanguard.
And Arrow just gets a big 50 right off the ceiling, like you said, and Zara cleaning that one up, calling the janitor.
Yeah, and I guess I shouldn't really call that last one a pass play, as it just was a result of a 50. So it's more you're definitely right there. More of a good cleanup on Zara's part and a good 50 from Arrow. But Fishy trying to send that one out, trying to get it cleared. Zara not gonna let him. Zara with the flip reset, but doesn't quite get set the way he wanted to. Doesn't get the flick he's looking for. Ladog trying to get the clear out. Not a lot of boost to work with. The ball gets sent back. Bubs off of his backboard. Zara is still keeping the pressure alive for Vanguard, trying to find Magic Mike in the middle, but Venganza's defense able to put a stop to the defensive offensive play. Ladog 50s two of Vanguard's teammates right there, trying to get it through, but didn't have much help from the rest of his team. Ladog to send that one away. Bubs with an awkward touch. Fishy able to beat Zara to the ball, but nobody in the midfield looking to pick up the play. As Bubs going to send that one down. Arrow with a look on net, but his shot is going to go wide. Ladog trying to take his time. Zara going to rush him, though. 3 minutes left on the clock here. We're still at a tied scoreline, Hydro. Based on what you're seeing, do either of these teams look to have an advantage at this point?
Right now, it's looking like Vanguard. Zara's got 5 shots on his own, 7 total coming out of Vanguard. Fishy has the Venganza's only shot. So the pressure is all in favor of Vanguard right now. But both teams look super settled in right now. So, everybody's being consistent. The rotations look clean, even out of Venganza, and they're going to get some pressure right now, Psycho.
Yeah, and we'll see if they're able to do that, if Vanguard's going to break it up. Zara looking for another touch. Bubs going to try and follow it, but he can't. Zara going to hit it away from him. Arrow with the shot, but it's going to hit the crossbar. Magic Mike trying to clean it up. Bubs helping Ladog out to get the ball cleared. Ladog with the touch, pops it high. Arrow to send it back down. And Fishy and Ladog going to hit the ball. Arrow out of the corner. Magic Mike to send it all the way back to Venganza. Bubs is going to hit that out of the corner, and the ball is just kind of going back and forth right now, Hydra, between these two teams. We're not seeing either team. Bubs almost with a really nice shot there, but we're not seeing really either of these teams do much as far as getting the shots on net. They seem to be just kind of, I guess Vanguard did have that pretty big offensive push there, but since then, it's just been kind of back and forth in the midfield.
Right, and no team's just getting insane shots on that. Oh, and Bubs gonna put one top left right over. I think that was Arrow. No, that was almost Magic Mike, but that was a nice shot to hit it off the backboard to make the double tap top left.
Yes, sir. Bubs coming in clutch, getting the second goal for Venganza and taking the lead here in game number 3 with 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. That is some big energy for Venganza as they're able to take the lead and quite possibly take the lead in the series. Bubs with another shot, but it's going to hit bar down and out. Not going to make it in. Ladog gets it through to the mid, and Bubs is there, finds yet another goal. Not quite a hat trick. He's going to need to find one more for that.
And that was just a really good pass and a really good slot from Bubs, man. The team plays are coming out for Venganza, and they're looking scary.
Yes, they certainly are. They seem to have found their groove. Took them a little bit here in game number 3 to start getting it going. But once they did, they have just been unstoppable, scoring twice very quickly. And Ladog gonna score, almost score again. Zara making it back just in time to stop that, as Ladog had a huge dunk on the defender there. And Bubs trying to make it through. Arrow missing his touch. Things looking a little bit panicky on Vanguard's side. Magic Mike is up for it, but he's awkward. Ladog pops it up. Zara's there for the shot. Ladog was still back. The double commit from Bubs and Ladog, but it works out for him. Fishy just trying to get it out. Bubs to follow, but can't find the touch. And less than 20 seconds left on the clock for Vanguard. to get something going here. They need to score immediately to go back to the kickoff line. Zera trying to do just that. Zera looking for the second touch, can't find it. Arrow can't get it through Ladog, and that's pretty much going to be all she wrote for game number 3, as Venganza is going to be your victors. And Bub's going to get a 0-second goal for the road just to rub it in.
And that one for the hat trick as well, just to put salt on the wound.
Very, very true. What a game from Venganza right there. They really got all the momentum going in game number 2, and in game number 3 they really ramped it up to the next level. I'm interested to see how things go in game number 4, Hydro.
Yeah, we talked about Bub's pop-off potential, before the series even started, and we saw it that game. And 3 goals out of 5 shots. 8 shots coming out from Venganza total, and I think they had like 1 or 2 halfway through the game. So that back half of the game, they started turning up and just putting tons of pressure on Vanguard, and it's looking scary for this 4-1 Vanguard team that we both thought was going to come out here and show out.
Yeah, it is definitely looking like they're going to take their second loss as of right now, but I don't think that anybody should count Vanguard off. Zera leaving the match and then rejoining. I'm thinking he went for a car change there. And sometimes these Titans, they car change and it changes the way that they play entirely. But he's definitely him and Vanguard are going to need to figure something out, because if Bubs keeps popping off the way he just did, I think it might be over for Vanguard here in game number 4.
Indeed it will. And
Oh,
and
prospect moment.
prospect moment, Charlie moment.
Oh, Charlie moment.
Looks like Zera just went from a different decal, so not a car change, just a decal change.
Hey, sometimes that's what you need too. We'll have to see. Excuse me. if the decal change is what Zera needed, not looking like it so far, as he's going to miss his touch right there. Ladog going to stick with it, but Arrow pops it down. Bubs puts it up, trying to follow, gets the flip reset, but Magic Mike not going to let that one through. Arrow with the snipe shot coming out of his own defensive zone, going to start things off for Vanguard.
Big 50 from Magic Mike, and Zera going to toss that one over to Arrow. And Arrow's going to snipe it all the way across field, and I don't know if the rotations got scuffed there from Venganza or what, but can't give up those free ones.
Yeah, it's true, and I'm not sure that anybody from Venganza saw Arrow there, able to just take that massive booming shot. Bubs with the touch puts it on net, but Zera gonna make the stop, as it wasn't a very hard shot. But Bubs, with trying to find Ladog, does find him. Fishy off the backboard, looking for Bubs again to take the shot. It's gonna go wide, and Fishy trying to keep the pressure up. Ladog pops it up. Magic Mike gets the touch to follow, but has to fuck 50 with Bubs. Arrow coming out of the corner, sends it down, trying to find a teammate. Fishy trying to get it out. Magic Mike is there. He puts it off the backboard, but Bubs missing his touch. But Ladog is able to get down to it. And Zera puts it all the way up to Arrow. Arrow looking for the waterfall, but Venganza gonna play very good defense here. Make the stop. Bubs gets it out to the mid, looking for Ladog. Ladog finds the shot, but he can't get it through the defender. It's gonna bounce off. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here, Hydro. Vanguard still up by 1. We're definitely seeing a little bit different Venganza. Well, maybe we're not seeing a different Venganza, because it was the second half of the game that they really started to pop off.
Well, actually, I think Venganza's got most of the pressure here. They have 5 shots to Vanguard's 2, and that goal that Vanguard got, it was kind of off a little bit of a scuff rotation. So I'm looking for Venganza to get a quick one here and tie this one up.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. They did score off of a little bit of a scuff rotation there. However, they've been able to hold down the defense pretty well, and so they're maintaining the lead. That's really all they got to do, is just play smart defensive Rocket League, run down the clock, and don't let Venganza score. And that's an easy dub for them, which, I wouldn't be super mad about. Hydro sending us into game number 5. I like the sound of that, but Dog doesn't like the sound of it. He's going to come in finding the pass from Bubs, tying us up at 1.
Yeah, and Venganza just looking like a whole new team, man. They look really solid this game, and it's I like it. I like it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Everything's going pretty solid so far. I think Vanguard. Well, I don't think Vanguard wants this W right here. They absolutely need it. If they do not take game number 4 and push a game number 5, they are gonna go home with another loss on their record, making their almost perfect pristine record 4-2 instead of 5-1. Fishy trying to follow Zara, gonna make the stop. Magic Mike beats the defender to the ball. The Dog with the clear. Zara gonna get bumped off the ball. Fishy to send it down. Fishy looking to follow. The ball's popped up in Vanguard's corner. Bubs. Arrow's gonna find it in the midfield. Arrow looking to follow, but Dog gonna get in front of it and make the stop. Zara out to Arrow. Arrow almost finding an amazing angle. The ball just bounces off of the post there, and that was an unfortunate dropped opportunity. Dog gonna get it through. Looked like 2 defenders taking the lead for Venganza.
And Zara just gonna get caught over committing for that ball in the corner. And it's just going to be a tap in for the Dog there, and you can't like we said, man, you cannot give those free ones up in Titan. Those mistakes are going to be punished. They're going to be taken advantage of, and that's not going to win you games, Psycho.
All day, every day, especially by a team as veteran in the Titan League as Venganza is. All 3 of these players have been in Titan competing at this level for multiple seasons, and it's really showing as they now have the lead. 1 minute left on the clock. Bubs chases down a demo on Magic Mike. Dog pops that up, but doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Arrow gets it through to Zara. Zara finding the back of the net, and another great pass from Vanguard.
You know, shades of game 1 right there. Arrow to Zara, that connection has been their bread and butter. Get back to those shades of game 1, and we might just be seeing a game 5 here, Psycho.
I certainly hope so. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Venganza get the dub, but let's do it in game 5. I say let's do it in game 5. Real men do it in game 5. And 38 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if these 6 men want to take this game 4 into overtime, or if we're going to be able to end it here. Regulation, 30 seconds left. Zara can't get it through. Fishy going to hold strong defensively. Bubs is up, gets it past Arrow. The ball sent back, and oh no, a mistouch from Dog is going to put that into his own net. Vanguard now taking the lead with only 18 seconds left on the clock.
The Dog just caught out just a little too much, man. He almost got back to that ball, but that was just a booming clear by almost Magic Mike. And in 15 seconds left, it's going to be tough, but Venganza's got to score a quick one.
And we know that they can, as we see them attempting to. Dog putting it off the backboard. Bubs putting it back to the mid. The ball's going to get cleared out, and that's pretty much going to be all she wrote. Vanguard taking game number 4, pushing us in to the coveted game number 5, taking us to Champions Field. Who is going to be the winner, Vanguard or Venganza? This has been quite the series up to this point, and it has all culminated to this moment. Hydro, do you still think Vanguard's got this in the bag?
I gotta stick with my prediction. I don't know. I think they're the better team. I think that they can take Venganza not easily, especially not now that I've seen the pop off potential from Bubs and the Dog, Fishy too. But I just think I think we're gonna see Arrow step up to the plate and win this one for his team.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. Arrow, or I'm not certainly hope so. I certainly hope not, as I was hoping that Venganza would win. But like I said in the beginning, I want both these teams to win. I like all these guys that I've met. They're all really, really cool guys. And hey, it's been a great series either way, highly competitive. Honestly, It's just been amazing. So whoever is able to walk away with the dub here tonight is definitely gonna have earned it. Game number 5, ladies and gentlemen, in the Titan League, Venganza versus Vanguard. All for all the marbles right here, right now. The first kickoff going to go in favor of Vanguard. Arrow not able to get it through. His shot going to hit the backboard. Bubs follow the ball off of the ceiling. 50s with somebody from Vanguard. Zara sends it all the way back. Ladog going to send it into his own corner. And Bubs with the 50 on Zara. Arrow can't get it through. Fishy. Ladog going to get 50'd by Magic Mike, but Fishy made it back in time and made an epic save there. Zara down to Arrow, but the shot doesn't go. Just a little bit high. We see the double commit come out from Vanguard there. We might see, oh no, the double fake on Fishy and Bubs to follow the ball. Bubs out of the corner. But Magic Mike makes a stop. Fishy's up. Can't beat the defender to the ball. The dog with it. Zara to take it away from him. Zara to send that all the way back to Venganza's defensive zone. Fishy gets 50 by Arrow. Ladog to clear the ball. Zara to clear it back. Bubs finding Fishy all the way across the field out of the corner. Ladog is there. He's too awkward. Leaves it for Bubs. And almost Magic Mike is able to make a stop on that offensive run. And that we started to see what Venganza is capable of right there. But Vanguard made a good stop. Ladog in a dangerous situation. Arrow can't beat the defenders to the ball. But Zara sending it back. Bubs Ladog making the stop. And Bubs taking it away from the net. And this has been pretty high octane stuff so far, Hydra. Nobody scoring yet.
Yeah, and we're seeing shades of pressure from both teams. Both had really, really good opportunities, but neither one able to find the back of the net. And it's gonna be the team that's gonna find the opening. It's a good one. Almost comes out there psycho for Venganza.
Yeah, and this being dangerous, but this being the lowest scoring game of the series, if I'm not mistaken. Neither of these teams wanting to relinquish even a single goal, as they know it could spell doom for their team. But looks like Arrow is going to find the first one for Vanguard off of a beautiful pass from Magic Mike.
And the pressure just amounting, and Magic Mike gonna put it right on Arrow's hood. And Arrow will not miss that. Not in the game 5. He steps up to the moment.
Certainly does, and that's what you love to see as we reach the halfway point. Both of these teams just playing so well, but Vanguard is going to find the first breakthrough. Will Venganza be able to answer back, or is that going to spell the demise for them and put another L on their record? Ladog is up, but he can't beat Arrow out. Fishy not expecting Arrow to get that shot.
Game 5 Arrow coming out, and that's just pure speed coming out from Arrow to beat, I think that was the dog, and it's just gonna go right under the crossbar, and we're gonna have to see Venganza get that pressure that we saw in Game 4 and Game 3, or Game 4 and Game 2 that I think it was, and if not, it's gonna spell disaster for them, Psycho.
Yeah, it certainly will. Only 2 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of time to find 2 goals, but not as much time as you might think. Arrow with yet another shot, but Bubs able to get in front of that one. Zara trying to keep the ball in front of Venganza's net. Bubs to take it away. Almost Magic Mike can't get it through Ladog. The ball is going to get pinched all the way to the other side of the pitch. Fishy to send it down. Ladog was there, but couldn't find the touch. Arrow going for the dribble. Can't get it through. Bubs. Zara there trying to clean up, but Fishy with an amazing save. Minute and 25 seconds left on the clock. Venganza running out of time. They have yet to find a single goal in this game number 5. And Bubs sending that one down. Zara to Arrow. Arrow up to follow. Ladog takes it from him. Ladog with the follow off the backboard. Magic Mike to take it away. Fishy with the 50. Arrow in the midfield, 1 minute remaining here, Hydro, and this is not looking good for Venganza. What do you think they need to do to break through at this point?
Well, they need to they need to get a quick one here, and I think that's going to take demos and relentless pressure. As Zera's going to have an open net, going to get bumped by Bubs, but yeah, I think they're going to need some demos and keep the pressure up when they get it on the offensive end.
And they certainly got that demo right there, but it was a defensive demo, so did not give them a conversion attempt. Arrow flicking the ball over. Fishy. Bubs trying to put it on net. Zera in front of it. Ladog up to Bubs in the corner. Bubs sticking with it, sticking it out to Fishy. Fishy back out of the corner to Bubs. Into the corner again. Ladog is awkward. And the final 5 seconds tick down. That's pretty much gonna do it at this point. Vanguard are going to be your winners here tonight in game number 5. Hats off to them as having a great win right there. What a good series.
Yeah, and Arrow really stepped up to the plate in that game 5. Got those two really nice goals, and you hate to see it if you're Venganza, but that's a really good performance from probably one of the top players in Titan or top teams in Titan. And you got to take a little bit of a small victory from this game. So I don't think they should hang their heads on this one, Psycho.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Anybody that can take any team to a game 5 series and that's good. That's good. That means you were able to take at least 2 wins off of them. Yeah, and someone's got to lose every single series, but just because you lose in the end doesn't mean you played bad. Venganza playing out of their minds, maybe not out of their minds. They might not think they played out of their minds. Me being a prospect player, I think they played out of their minds. They looked really good out there. They really did. They just weren't able to, bring it home in the final seconds. Vanguard just stepped up. They turned on the clutch energy, and it is what it is. Arrow is known for doing that.
Indeed he is. Indeed he is. And it was very impressive for that Vanguard team to like we said, get back to their game 1 roots, man. They came out and performed early and closed it out.
Yes, they certainly did. And that's going to wrap us up for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a short break, not very long this time, as our next game is scheduled for 9:30 p.m. EDT. Whenever we return, we're going to be going into the rival league, one step down as far as rank and such goes here in Nemesis. So still really high level gameplay. We have the undefeated Distortion going up against the 3-2 Knights. Hydra, I'd like to thank you for joining me in the booth. It's always a pleasure to have you here. I was glad I was able to get a face reveal on you.
Yeah, thank you so much for casting with me, Psycho. It was a blast.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're going to take a quick break here. If you need to use the bathroom, get some food, get some drink, join up in the Discord, check out the Twitter and Instagrams and TikToks and all those cool social media stuff. NemesisGamingLeague.com. Don't forget, we're partnered with Epic Games, and I can't remember what the code is. Nemesis Gaming League. I think it's in the Twitch. But we'll be right back. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back. Sorry.
started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling.
Welcome back, Nemesis Gaming League, as we are back for our third and final matchup of the night, where we have a nice rival divisional game here between the Knights and Distortion. Valence, what can you tell me about these two teams?
So in terms of Knights, they're actually in the past against Distortion, they're actually 3-1 against them. So Knights definitely I think might have a little bit of the edge in terms of their history against Distortion. But that also means Distortion has something to prove against them. And in terms of Distortion, very solid, pretty solid team. From what I've seen, and hopefully they can come out with momentum swinging and take down a very powerful Knights roster.
Yeah, I agree. Distortion, they are 5-0, and the Knights are 3-2. Knights coming off of that 2 back-to-back rough losses, one against Vortex, which they probably should have had, and then a toss-up game with another divisional rival on Monday on stream that we all saw between Hydra, which that could have gone either way, and so can this game tonight. But Knights are definitely look to come back with that big momentum swing, coming off of those 2 tough losses. And I really think that this is Distortion's first big test of the season. They've played some decent teams, but they haven't played Hydra yet. They're looking at a couple rough lower ranked teams here. So this is really their first big test as they head into their Knights and Hydra rotation. But for the Knights, I know he's been a little sick this week, Vulcan, but I really expect him to be the one to step up for the Knights to really get this season turned around for them after coming off these 2 losses. Who are you looking at here for Distortion to make a difference in this game?
I'm gonna say Nicolou is probably the player I'm gonna watch out for in terms of this game because um, mainly because I've never really seen Nicolou play before, so I'm really curious to see on how he can make an impact on tonight's game for Distortion. See if they can pull it away.
Yeah, and actually, it doesn't look like Nicolou's in this lobby.
Isn't he?
I see Sense, Zap, and Vorse.
Oh, is it an
Um,
FA sub
it
maybe?
look because Vorse just got dropped, if I'm not mistaken, by
Oh,
Vortex. So it looks like they are using an FA sub with Vorse because Nicolou is not here.
oh wow.
So
All right.
maybe that's gonna be the momentum here that the Knights need to try to turn their season around.
Mhm.
Um, to really get things going. Not that Vorse is a bad player at all, but when you come in, maybe not having a lot of chemistry, I don't know how much warm up time they got with their sub. It could be a big thing. But as we're gonna get ready to get this thing underway, who do you have here in this game tonight?
Um, I'm going to go with Knights in 4. I definitely think that coming off of those 2 tough losses against Vortex and Hydra, they're definitely looking for a bounce back series here. But I'm still sticking with Knights, but I'm also gonna put that with Vorse being an FA sub, while it can maybe throw off Distortion a little bit since they don't have a lot of playing time together, it might possibly throw off Knights because they might not have played against them a lot. So kind of having to readjust to a new player on the field.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. My original prediction, my own team here, Knights. I'm the GM. Um, they are struggling a little bit. Vulcan been sick. I did predict Knights in 5, but seeing that there's the FA sub, I might have to change that to 4. I still think they have the advantage, but I think they'll just get it done in one game sooner. As we are 30 seconds underway here. Kind of a little bit of a ping pong action so far, but a shot coming out by Sense and a great save by Vulcan as they're now trying to turn around. But Sosa with no boost gets 50'd on the wall. And Zap is just going to clear that into the sidewall. But he gets across past middle. Vorse not quite there. And big bang out by Vulcan, who's looking to try to make something happen. But both Sense and Vulcan missing. And Sense able to dribble out and try to start that attack yet again.
Zap looking for the play, looking for the bump was Vorse, I believe, and unable to get it as Knights are trying to get this out of their defensive end. Distortion definitely have looked like they've had quite a bit of the pressure so far. Knights have got the ball in their offensive half a couple times, but they haven't able to make anything threatening. What do you think here in the first minute and a half so far, Valence? What do you think both teams have to do? You think they're a little nervous? What's going on?
It might be a little bit of nerves, considering it's a stream game, obviously, so there's a bit more pressure there. But first minute and a half might just be a little bit of feeling out because again of that FA sub, it can definitely put a little bit of a difference in gameplay. But yeah, like you said, Distortions had most of the pressure in the first minute, and really wondering if Knights can find that way to start getting pushes downfield and cruise control and kind of get some counters going to maybe create openings.
As they look to get something
Oh.
going there, as a beautiful setup by Vulcan and a great finish there by Sosa, able to put the Knights on the board up early 1-0 with still 3 minutes to go though, but able to get the scoring started here and get a little bit of that pressure off of their back as Distortion has looked pretty heavy on the offensive attack.
Yeah, I'm about to say I like that little flick from I think it was Vulcan, I think that made the flick, and then Sense got that little weird touch off the corner, putting I think it was Vorse on an awkward spot on the backboard, and good shot there from Sousa to put in and give them that lead.
I do agree, as Vulcan looking to get a second one, and Squintle not necessarily getting the assist there, but driving through their goal, trying to just get a couple disruptions there, making Boris have to jump out of the way for that fake, and Knights are going to go up 2-0 here.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, excuse me, with Distortion kind of having most of the pressure, something's been cooking with Knights on really reading these like corner hits, because both those goals that happened were off of the touches off the corner from Distortion, as Distortion puts one away to decrease the lead to 1 for the Knights, and very good play there by Zap to get it out to Sense, and a good slot there from Sense.
Great slot there by Sense. Sosa coming across the backboard, just missing the save, a little too far ahead of it, but overall great play there by Distortion, Zap, and Sense. Obviously they had chemistry. They are teammates, and that's showing off right there with that play that they have.
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some chemistry with Zap and Sense, and with Vorse being there. I'm not gonna lie, Vorse is not doing too bad. It's definitely still a bit shaky because of like you said, probably not being able to play with each other as a lot. But as Knights are kind of getting more onto the attack now, as Vulcan almost got one in the net there, but it's definitely starting to be more back and forth as Knights are starting to take control in certain situations a lot better than they were in the first minute.
I do agree there. They have had a couple good attacks, just missing wide on a couple of their shots, but they're looking good here as Sense is looking to get a clear out, but Vulcan's there to keep it in, but right to Vorse on the corner wall, but not able to get any control out of it as Sosa's going to take a shot on, but that's going to get cleared out, and Vorse is looking for the backboard touch. Unable to have anyone follow up there. And that's, I think that might be a communication play as Vorse went up for a little bit of a redirect there, and I don't think his teammates were quite ready for that as Sosa puts one on with a little assistance from the post and Vorse the defender.
Yeah, unfortunate touch there from Borsk, and unfortunate bounce there off the post too, setting up Sosa for a nice easy shot. Just all he had to do was just tap it into the net. And the 3 goals for Knights were all just missed touches from Distortion on their defensive end, and that's something that I think that they have to fix in order for them to start taking control again and start decreasing the lead and get some momentum.
I would have to agree with that as they are looking to attack here as Vorse with plenty of boost trying to make something happen. Puts it up over the top, but Squintle is there to get the save right on top of Sosa, who is going to get the 50 there. And Vorse is going to 50 Sosa there. It's going to go into the corner, and Zap's going to try to take control of this, but but Sense is looking for Zap in the corner. Zap unable to get the touch, but Sense is still there, and no, Sosa is going to get the clear out. but straight to Vorse, as that's going to waterfall down, a little awkward for the Knights, but able to stay calm and maintain that, as Sense is looking for the air dribble. Not enough boost, and you hate to see that there, as Sense, you feel like if he had a little more boost, he probably would have been able to get that air dribble there, as he probably would have been able to dunk out that defender. But as time dwindles down, Zap is going to get one for the road, try to give them momentum heading into game two, but Knights take this one 3-2.
Yep, good. Actually, good shot there. As people might think that getting a goal with 0 seconds left, even though you still won't win, it can kind of give you some momentum into the next game. Maybe get the confidence up a little bit. But out of that, I would like to see a little bit more from Squintle. There, because last time I played against Knights, I mean it was a scrim, but Squintle did play a lot more dominant than he is right now. It seems like he's a little bit more awkward, a little bit more lost than you might think. But I'm hoping that they can start utilizing him more, because I think if they were to able to do that, they might get a lot more pressure going and might even get bigger leads.
Yeah, I do agree. You see Sosa there with, it was almost 800 points, I believe. Vulcan with about 450, and Squintle with not even 200 points there. With such a low scoring game, you would expect points to be a little more spread out and not so top sided with one player. So I would agree. I would like to see, personally, with Knights being my rival team, I'd like to see a little more spread out between all three of them and see Squintle get into the action a little more, as I know he's a great rival player himself. And I've seen him pop off in other series. So I think, they can really run away with this if they can get all three of them firing on all cylinders. On the other hand, Distortion, what do you think Distortion needs to do to bounce back from this game? Yes, it was close. It was 3-2. They picked up that last second goal, but what do you think they need to do to be able to, turn around and take this game too?
I think their main thing that they need to do is the defensive touches are pretty awkward, and they're putting themselves in bad spots. It's not like Knights are outplaying them by any means. I mean, don't get me wrong, Knights are still playing good. They're still playing solid, but Distortion's just making those touches that are kind of giving them the goals, giving Knights those free open nets. Especially, I mean, obviously one of them was a little unfortunate with the post bounce, but again, like I said in the last game, two of theirs were off of corner touches that could have been better touches. But it's just finding those touches either to each other when you're clearing out, or just anything to just create some counter, or anything to just not let them get that free goal.
Yeah, I would have to agree there. A lot of their touches, I think they were trying to keep it close to their body, try to, make plays happen, not trying to go for those big bangs downfield. And it ultimately did kind of bite them in the end, as their touches weren't as close as I think they wanted them to be. And Knights were also just right there to eat them up. So I think maybe you should see they kind of looked the most dangerous when they did have those big booming clears where they had a teammate downfield where they were trying to get a redirect, or able to control it off the wall and pass it across middle to their other teammate coming upfield. So maybe you try to see them do that a little more, as I feel like that's where they looked the most dangerous last game.
Yeah, I think another thing that they would also, I think, sorry, another thing that they should start doing, as never mind, Squintle's just gonna shut me up as he puts one in for an early lead for the Knights.
That he did. I think Squintle's listening, and he said, "All right, you want me to show up? Here we go. I'll show up. I'll put one in the net." Now I hope that's not the only one he does, because I want him to show up and continue to show up. So we'll see what happens. But giving the Knights that early 1-0 lead, just like you said, a little bit of a defensive lackluster there for Distortion again, allowing that to go in. But they can easily turn around. There's still 4 minutes left in this game, and let's see what they can get going here. As Vorse is going to looking for the attack, going for the 50, makes one miss, but Sosa is going to able to control that, as Vorse is still awkward with low boost here. Plays for the 50 again, and Zap's going to clear that up off of his backboard. Sense with the clear out, looking for a teammate middle. Gets sent across, but Zap is there, but misses the touch, and Zap has to get pass sent from Sense off the backboard, and Vorse has a wide open net, and he's just going to tuck that one in.
Man, really good play here from Distortion as Sense putting it on the backboard and going for the demo, and all that leaves is the open net for Vorse. All he has to do is put it right in the net, and he does just that and ties up the game with 3:30 left.
3:30 left. 1-1 game here in game 2. Knights are up 1-0. And so far, this game, it's gone back and forth a little bit,
Ooh.
but Squintle scoring his second of the game and giving the Knights that 2-1 lead.
Man, let me tell you, Squintle is really starting to show up. Like you said, I think he did hear me. He's starting to play a lot faster as I believe it was Sosa that got that 50 in the corner to set it up on the backboard. And Squintle just comes in really quick and just slots it in the top corner, giving them that lead back again.
That he does. And Zap going off the sidewall 50, and Sense able to get that touch and able to put that in and tie this up yet again less than 30 seconds later.
Very good shot there from Sense, and this game is just starting to really go back and forth as everyone's just flip-flopping goals. And I'm really just waiting to see if this one team can just start pulling away a little bit. Now, I would like to add, as I was going to add earlier, that for Distortion, I really want to see some more demo play out of them. It's been a very, very clean game. I think I've only seen like 2 demos throughout the series so far, and they were all from Knights too. But I think that if Distortion can start implementing some physical play in, it can really start throwing Knights off, and maybe they could pull away with a lead, and we'll see what happens as that one's just going top right, and Squintle is just showing up big.
All right, maybe this is what I'm going to do every game. I'm going to have to cast every Knights game, and I'm going to have to yell at each one of them that, they got to step up and play better, because Squintle has stepped up in this game too, and now has a hat trick with still more than half the game to go. So
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should just start saying that I should start seeing more out of him, because apparently he just likes listening to me as well.
yeah, maybe he just wanted to hear his name, so he wanted to play a little down, have him talk about him after game number 1, so he could really pop up here for game number 2 and turn some heads, because Squintle is taking control single-handedly almost in this game 2 for the Knights here. 3 shots, 4 goals. Definitely getting it done here for the Knights team.
Yeah. And as I'm looking here, Knights are really putting on the pressure this game as they have 8 shots onto Distortion's 4. And Distortion's been having a little bit of trouble keeping it off their half. I mean, getting some bursts here and there, but it's mainly been Knights Distortion getting making it easy for the Knights defense to get clears and get some pressure going, and that's what's causing Distortion to kind of struggle right now.
Yeah, and Distortion, I think what they need to do also is they need to try to get those quick counterattacks. As I have noticed, Knights rotations haven't been perfect. That first goal that got scored on, they left Squintle by himself for quite a bit of time, and it pinged off of the sidewall, and they were able to get that touch back, and there was still no one back in net. And even their second goal, they were just not in time rotating, but their offensive rotations are looking pretty good as, some teamwork, backboard passes, and great finishing here. And this one by Vulcan, but set up by Squintle.
Yeah, like you said with the backboard passes, it's just their pressure that Knights are putting on Distortion is causing a lot of panic out of Distortion. Like you said, the Knights rotation hasn't been the cleanest as Vorse puts one in the bottom left corner, and they're still light for Distortion here with a minute left as they decrease the lead to 1.
There is light as Vorse just sent Vulcan 6 feet underground with that massive dunk that he just had, giving them a 1-goal deficit here with still 1 minute remaining to go. And with 7 goals being scored in this game, last game being a fairly decent scoring game himself, they're going to put in goals. So are they just able to get it done with a minute to go? As this one is on target, and Sense is going to tie it up with less than 49 seconds to go.
And Squintle with the unfortunate touch out mid, but Sense read it all over, and just all he had to do was put it on net. Sousa just not able to get there, and Distortion ties it up with not even a minute left. We might end up seeing OT here, Speed.
We could see OT here, our first OT of the series, and We got 40 seconds left to go. Let's see, is anyone going to be able to break this 4-4 tie? And it looks like
Ooh.
Distortion is going to, with the help of Vorse, who's going to get his hat trick here.
And the FA sub showing up big as he gets this beautiful wall read off there, just throwing off the defense. No one back to end up getting the save. And a good slot there from Boris as he gives Distortion their first lead of the, or actually not the first lead, but the late lead that they definitely need for this game.
And Zap looking to add another one to the total. A miss comes out by Sosa. Squintel's going to have to take this one into the air. Low on boost, but Vulcan gets the 50. Cross middle, but Zap is there to keep it into their offensive end. And Sosa look a little awkward here on the board as he's going to miss again. And Sense sending this back middle. But no, great clear out there by Squintle as time's dwindling down here. 5 seconds. Knights are going to have to try to start keeping this one up.
Oh,
And they're not going to. That's going to do it for game 2. 3 seconds left. I don't see 2 kickoff goals happening in 3 seconds here.
probably not. But, you know, the pressure that Distortion has just started outbursting in the last like minute of the game is really something that they got to work with, because in the beginning Knights I think had like, oh, as Vulcan puts one in here, but
Oh,
Knights
gonna see
actually
it?
had, maybe, actually I just thought of that, maybe,
there's still a second left on the clock.
actually I don't know, maybe.
Both teams trying to go, securely on that first kickoff, giving it enough time. This game is not over yet, folks. And that one's
Wait,
gonna hit the
nope,
ground.
nope. But no, as I was saying, with Distortion, with that final outburst of pressure that they had in the last minute of that game, because like I was saying, Knights had all the shots leading into like the first half and a little bit after that too, and then Distortion just started picking up the pace, challenging a lot earlier, and they ended up with more shots than Knights to end it. So it really showed that and Vorst ended up stepping up a lot too, so they started looking for each other a lot more and really started working out for them.
Yes, they did show up late with the lead there from the FA sub. And tonight must be FA night because opening match with the Gladiators and Faded, FA sub there with Cream for Faded, definitely helping propel Faded up over the Gladiators. So I think tonight might be FA night. But I'm sitting here, I'm watching that game too, and that high scoring game. And, you know, Knights offense looked really good. Um,
Mhm.
all the goals they had, they earned. They were great team plays. It wasn't like Distortion beat themselves on a lot of the goals that Knights had. However, Distortion, Knights, their rotation is what's
Ooh.
really messing them up on the defensive end, I think, as Vorse, again, going to start off this game 3 with a nice little solo play and beating 2 of the Knights defenders to go up 1-0.
Yeah, very good early challenge there from Boris, kind of throwing off the defender on the dribble there and just able to slot it on in the left side of the net, and might be another one there. Nope, just wide, but giving them that early lead that they need to keep this momentum up from last game.
Yeah, and as I was saying, the Knights defense, definitely their weak point right now, as, their rotations aren't very clean. I don't know if it's a communication issue or what's going on there, but their defense is definitely what's has kept Distortion into this game and the series so far. If they can fix that up a little bit, I think, they will be able to be okay and turn this series around, as Distortion has had their number the last 2 games so far. I know we're still early on in this game, but I definitely think that's the big key here for this Knights roster is they have to fix their rotations and fix their defense.
Yeah, this whole series has been off of which team has the more pressure, because both defenses for both teams have, whenever they're under pressure, it's everyone starts panicking, kind of wailing themselves at the ball. And when you're on defense in a situation like this, you need to stay composed, let the other team make the mistake. And I mean, if they execute the play, props to them. But it's just about not panicking on defense, and that's what both defenses are doing, which is causing these high scoring affairs.
It is, as we are still 1-0 here in favor of Distortion, heading into almost 3 minutes left in this game number 3. And What are you seeing out here? What needs to happen for this Knights team right now for them to turn around and tie this game up?
It's pretty much just resetting their mindset, resetting how they're playing. Because again, ever since Distortion had that last burst in the last game, they've been playing a lot more solid. Actually, this game, both defenses are looking a lot better, even though Knights gave up one. But Knights just need to pretty much reset and just talk about what they got to do, and just try to capitalize on Distortion's mistakes.
As a demo is going to come out there by Sense, but they're not unable to capitalize on that. As Vulcan's going to send this one off of the backboard, looking for a teammate, but it's going to get sent to the corner wall. As Squintel's there, and Sosa looking to put this one in. No, great save there by
Ooh.
Distortion. Team defense right there. 2 saves coming out. Stayed calm and was able to clear that one out. But Knights are still here trying to threaten. As Sosa's going to get that pass across middle, but Squintel unable to make anything happen. Squintel's going to try to send this one middle. Misses that touch. And Vorse is going to 50 this one out and hope that his teammate can pick it up as Sense tries to send it down. And Vorse is looking for a bump, but unable to get it done. Zap's going to send this one off the backboard. Squintel, a little awkward touch, but Vulcan's going to send this one out and try to make something happen. But Vorse is just taking control, I've noticed, this game and the last game. In that midfield, he's really owning it, and he's really started some quick turnaround plays here for that Distortion roster.
Yeah, and I've also noticed that this game has been a very not even more dominant from either team. I mean, Distortion only has like 3 shots and Knights only has one. It's a very low shooting game. It's just been a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with the defense clearing it on both teams. And I'm just really curious to see who's going to be that first one to break, because this one's the closest game we've had all series. As Sense puts it in and gives Distortion their 2-goal lead. Good shot there from Sense.
Yeah, Sense is honestly being such a menace in this game. I've seen him come out with 2 demos. I've seen him have 3 bumps that were close to being demos. He just wasn't quite supersonic, but Sense is really starting to turn this up in this game 3 and make things happen for this Distortion roster. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Sense, and I'm surprised I'm not seeing more out of that play bump demo play style coming out of Vulcan. As a lot of people in this rival league know Vulcan is a very, very fast player, and he will find those bumps and find those demos quite often. And I don't think I've seen a single
Ooh.
demo from Vulcan as Vorse scores his like what 5th goal of the series so far,
Yeah.
and puts up Distortion 3-0 late here in game 3.
Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Distortion as their momentum still continues from last game, as they're shutting out the Knights this game, as they've been having a very impressive performance, all players contributing. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Sense. Like you said, Sense is playing a lot better, and Vorse is still holding his own very, very well against this rival lobby, as that puts another one in, and I think that might secure game 3.
I think that might secure game 3 as well. And you saw right there a little defensive mistake again by the Knights, pushed up a little too far and not able to recover in time. And this Knights team has some work cut out for them in the rest of the series. Gonna be going down 2-1. Um, they took game 1. It looked pretty convincing, but since then, you know, Distortion has just had their number. Um, Now, what's the big thing? What are you looking for? What do they have to do? Play style. Someone needs to step up. What's it going to be here for the Knights roster to be able to, come away in game 4 and force a game 5?
Um, Now you did say that Vulcan has Vorse puts another one in for a 5-goal lead, but as you were saying with Vorse, or not Vorse, Vulcan looking a little bit more dominant. Um, he's still looking a little bit awkward in most situations. So I think what they need to do is in the middle or after this, since this game is over, for the next game, to start kind of talking to each other, trying to calm each other down, because nerves are definitely getting to them, knowing that it's do or die right now. Is Distortion's on match point, but they need to just reset everything they're doing. I think they need to again start playing more physical against Distortion and try to break up some of those offenses or the offenses pressure and opportunities that Distortion is creating for themselves. And I think they might be able to get some momentum going and hopefully take the next two.
Yeah, and if you're Distortion here, you're feeling good. You've had back-to-back 5-goal games. I believe last one was a 5-goal game, or
Hmm.
maybe even 6 for them. Vorse on the leaderboard with another hat trick um, as the FA sub, and you know they have to keep doing what they're doing. They looked a little slow there in game one, but since then they have turned it around. They're looking really good. If you're them, I think you come out with the same energy. You fill out how the Knights are playing, and then you adjust to that. But you don't want to start playing more passive, knowing that you're on match point. You just got to come out the same energy that you have been. And if you're the Knights, you have to change something up. You have to try to be, like you said, more physical. Look for those bumps. Look for those demos. Really look for those team passing plays as well, and try to open things up and get this Distortion defense moving all around.
Yeah. Yeah, because Distortion obviously has all the momentum going into this game, but Distortion can't get too cocky because, I mean, yes, they did shut out Knights and they did get a 5-goal lead, but if you get too comfortable, the other team can come out unexpectedly and can throw you off a little bit. So, in my philosophy, treat every game like it's a 0-0 series and just have that mindset and just don't go too cocky and get too comfortable because one team can pop off any moment, no matter how good or how bad.
I do agree. As Distortion here looking to try to score early. Knights having a little bit of a hard time getting out of defensive end, but Zap with an open miss on the sidewall there, but Sense has his back. But Zeus is going to dunk him off the backboard, looking for the pass. Unable to get there. Vulcan trying to get
Oh
back
no!
and not able to get that touch, as again, Vulcan pushed up a little too far and lets another ball yet go over his head.
Yeah, that's another thing I've been seeing out of Knights in a couple of these scenarios where because this is I think not Vor's. I think this is Vor's second goal that he scored from his own end because the third men are just pushing up way too far and just giving them it, putting themselves in a bad situation that has to have them force themselves to go back quick or just like Vorst did get that enough power on that touch to just get it over that last defender and get that early lead.
Yeah, and again, the Knights defense has kind of been their downfall. They have the offensive firepower. They didn't quite show it last game, but Um, we have seen them put up high scoring games before, so they just got to put it all together, calm down, relax, and just try to get things taken
Ooh.
care of.
Ooh.
As a scary moment there coming out, as Vorse gets a demo and sending a shot just wide, as Knights are looking to get attacked. Big bang by Vulcan, double commit on defense there, but no one there to follow it up for the Knights team, and it's gonna get sent back out as Distortion's looking to make an attack as Vorse with a dribble doesn't quite get the flick on target as Vulcan's going to try to take this one out and gets dunked by Sense. And he's finding one middle to Zap, but Squintle coming out with that big save as we approach just under 3 minutes remaining here. Still a 1-0 game, but Distortion with quite a bit of the pressure.
Oh, wow.
And
And a
Zap.
great shot
Zap.
there from Zap, man.
Great, great play right there by Sense. Getting past that defender in the middle and setting his team up perfectly as the defense by Knight Squintle unable to quite get that touch and save that from going in.
Yeah, it's really entertaining to see that on how well after game one Distortion has been playing as Sense almost gets the flip reset in. But it's very entertaining to see how Distortion's been playing with the F face sub. I mean, this game we're halfway through the game here and Knights still have yet to get a shot on net, which is if you're a Knights fan, pretty scary for the Knights. Is again, you said that they're known to have that offensive power, but Distortion has just been finding a way to keep them to keep Knights on their back foot and not let them create any opportunities and keep them on the pressure.
Yeah, Distortion's had a lot of midfield presence, and you know they're getting really physical. They're continue to stay physical, and I think that's been the difference maker here in this series is they've gotten really physical and they've owned that midfield, and they've stayed strong defensively when the Knights have able to break past that midfield. But right now, 2-0 in game number 4 on match point with a minute 40 to go. Is Knights going to be able to make anything happen here late in this game number 4 to try to force us to go into game 5? As Squintel's going to send this one to the corner, looking for a teammate Vulcan there, but great save. But shot on by Sosa, and he's going to tuck that one in. Great placement.
Yeah, very good touch here by Vulcan, as it unfortunately goes off of Boris, not the way he wanted it to, but Sousa reads it all the way and puts a nice slot in the left side just underneath Zap and gets the deficit down to 1.
Has plenty of time left with a minute and 20 seconds. But this one's getting set on, but Vulcan is back in time to get that save. And he's going to clear this one off to the side, looking for a teammate as Squintel's going to try to put this one on target. But Distortion defense collapsed on their goal to get that one there. But a little bit of a double commit. Vorse is up, though. He's going to send this one on target. Squintel's going to catch it. He's going to beat one. Looking for Sosa to take over, but unable to get there. Excuse me, Vulcan to take over, but was unable to get there. As Squintel's going to send this one further into their corner. Vulcan's going to look for a pass middle. Not a great pass. Cleared up by Vorse. As this one's going to get sent right in front of their net. And Squintel unable to beat Sense there. And great defense coming out yet again by this Distortion roster. And they really just have turned up their defense.
Yes, they have, but also Knights, you can tell they're getting desperate. 30 seconds left. Distortion on match point, do or die for Knights. Knights are getting really desperate, trying to get a lot more shots on net, but Distortion just have them on lockdown as a passing play comes out from Distortion, and Zap puts it away, and that might have just sealed their win there.
Yeah, and if that does it here, 20 seconds left. It's not impossible. We did see them score a quick kickoff goal in a previous game when they were down 2. But Sense here is going to put in another one off the kickoff, and it's going to go the other way with the quick off goal. And I believe that is going to be the dagger as they go up 3 with only 16 seconds left to go in this game number 4.
Yeah, good kickoff there for Distortion as Sense gets a good cheat up and pretty much just an easy shot for Sense. No one back, just had to tap it in the net. And I think that, and another kickoff goal comes out, but on Knights this time. 13 seconds? Maybe?
Question mark?
I don't know. Winnable?
Two more kickoff goals? Is it possible?
Winnable.
It is winnable now.
Winnable.
We're back within striking distance as if Knights can get another goal with at least 1 second remaining on the clock. They are, pretty good players, rival caliber. I've seen them keep the ball up for a minute at a time before, so they just need to get some time left on the clock and put one in. But that is going to officially do it as time is at 0. Ball's going to hit ground, and that will do it. And Distortion going to take the gentleman's sweep after losing game 1. They are going to finish out and win this one in 4.
I was very, very impressed on how Distortion just came out swinging after that first game loss that they had, and especially with Vorse being that FA sub, Vorse really, really impressed me. Never really got to see Vorse play before, but he did play really well today. Knights also did give it their all too, just couldn't end up finding it after that game 1 as Distortion just kept on coming at him, and I just couldn't find an answer, unfortunately.
Yeah, I really think that big difference maker there in the series tonight, 100% was Vorse. And, with a free agent sub, you don't necessarily always expect that. But, Vorse really stepped up. He showed up when he was needed, and he really propelled that Distortion team over the Knights today. So, maybe he'll find himself back on a roster after that performance he had himself tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like you said, impressive performance from Vorse. Definitely going to be some GMs probably looking out for him, especially after that. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully he gets picked up. And if he does, I see very good success in what he does. But yeah, nonetheless, a good series for the Ender.
Indeed. Well, that is going to do it tonight on the Nemesis Gaming League channel. Excellent 3 matches tonight. But we do have 3 more on Saturday night, so don't be losing my words. Don't forget to stop by the stream Saturday night as we will have 3 more games. maybe 3 more games. I don't know if we found an 8 o'clock game for Saturday. I know we were looking for one. We'll at least be back with 2 for sure. I can tell you that. We'll be back for 2 games on Saturday for sure. Saturday Night Rocket League. So stay tuned for that. And thank you, everyone. Have a great night.